Welcome back to Beautiful British English, where we give you bite-sized English fluency classes. And today we're going to be describing things that change using the present continuous. Welcome back. So, from a grammatical point of view, today's class is quite simple, and I'm hoping that all of you guys know how to use the present continuous tense. I will very quickly run through it just in case you don't. The reason it's important because when we're describing change is something that tends to be happening as we're describing it, as we're talking about it. And for that reason, we had to use the present continuous tense. All of these verbs that you can see here, and this is not all of the verbs that you can use, these are just some of the main verbs that we tend to use when we are describing things that are changing. Yeah? Okay, so let's very quickly review the present continuous tense. How do we create the present continuous tense? Do you remember? Subject, the auxiliary verb be, and our main verb in its continuous form, which means it's an ing verb. Okay, so increase would be increasing. It is increasing. Yeah, so this is the present continuous. Now, describing change, you can just very simply say that something is changing. It is changing from one thing to a next. Yeah, but these verbs are just so much more interesting and so much more, I don't know, fluent. If you listen to native English speakers, you're going to hear this verb a lot, get. You're also going to hear become a lot, and you're also going to hear begin. Yeah. The rest of these verbs, increase, grow, start, fall, rise, and improve, I'm pretty sure you guys should know how to use them already. So I'm just going to focus on begin, become, and get for a few minutes. Begin is very interesting because begin, when we're talking about change, is describing the very beginning or the start of the process of change of something. So for example, you may be beginning to become more confident at English. I am beginning to feel more confident teaching English on video. Yeah. So beginning is describing the start of a process of change. Whereas becoming, or to become, or I am becoming, okay, is describing, I know, more of the, if begin is describing the beginning of the process of change, then become is describing not the end stage, but somewhere after the middle stages, yeah, where you are really noticing significant changes. So, hopefully in a few months, I'll be able to say to you guys, I am becoming more confident. Yeah, I am becoming more confident at teaching lessons on video to you guys. Yeah, so begin, I am beginning, this is the start. Become, later on in the process, I'm starting to see and feel significant change happening. Yeah. So begin and become are very interesting verbs, and they're verbs that you should be using to describe the different processes of change. Now that brings us to get. Now get is, there's no other way to describe it. Get is a tricky verb. Yeah, it has so many different meanings based on the context. Now one of the main reasons I use get is to help me describe things changing. Yeah, so let me give you an example. Okay, today is February the 6th. I think that's correct. February the 6th, 2020. And it is getting cold outside today. It is getting cold outside today. It was warm. It's changing to cold. Yeah, a change of state from one thing to another. And getting is describing this process of change. Yeah, so it was warm. Things are starting to change, and things are getting colder. Yeah, Get is a very, very great verb for you guys to start learning and practicing using if you want to sound fluent in English. Increase, grow, start, fall, rise and improve are going to be fairly easy for you. The three difficult verbs, begin, become and get, are what I want you to practice. Yeah? So let me know how you get on practicing just those three verbs. Use them to describe things that are changing in your life. Yeah? And remember, use the present continuous to do it.